US prosecutors have charged a China-based Zoom executive for disrupting video meetings held by US-based Chinese activists this year who were commemorating the Tiananmen Square Massacre. On December the 18th, the Brooklyn Federal Court issued an arrest warrant for Jin Xinjiang, a Chinese employee of a US telecom company. According to court documents, Jin is a China-based employee of an American multinational communications company. He was accused of providing the CCP with information such as IP addresses, names, and the emails of overseas users, and disrupting video conferences in May and June, commemorating the Tiananmen Square Massacre of 1989. Although the indictment didn't disclose the name of the company, the host of the video conference, Zhu Fengshuo, revealed that the company involved was Zoom. Zhuo is a Chinese dissident living in the United States and founder of advocacy group Humanitarian China. He told NTD-TV that he was censored by Zoom after the video conference commemorating the massacre. He also confirmed that the FBI notified him that a Zoom employee had been prosecuted. Reuters also revealed that the American company mentioned in the court documents was Zoom.
Recently, we have seen that the U.S. government is taking a number of moves. In addition to prosecuting Zoom's Chinese employee, it also imposed sanctions on China's public security officers who have engaged in persecuting Falun Gong practitioners. It tells us the United States has taken its crackdowns and sanctions on the CCP to a new level, with concrete legal actions.
On December the 10th, the US State Department announced sanctions against Huang Yuanxiong, director of Wuzhen Police Station in Tiananmen City, Fujian Province, for severely violating human rights and persecuting Falun Gong practitioners. Previously, the US State Department had imposed new restrictions on travel visas to the United States for members of the Chinese Communist Party and their immediate family members. The effective period of their travel or business visas will change from 10 years to 1 month.
The United States is telling the CCP that all individuals involved in criminal acts will face sanctions and will be held responsible. When accountability goes to the individual level, it will trigger a series of reactions.
Xing believes that these sanctions not only deal a heavy blow on the participants themselves, but also affect their families' immigration and entry into the United States. Moreover, many companies compromise their principles and cooperate with the CCP just like Zoom. They also have problems, such as leaking users' personal information to the CCP. Encouraged by this legal case, more people will file a complaint with the US government for investigation.
This legal case is just like chopping the CCP's dark hands in other countries. When this warning is issued, many more dark hands will withdraw. As the United States steps up their crackdown, the entire dark network of the CCP will have to withdraw from America.
According to the complaint, Jin was the company's liaison with Chinese law enforcement and intelligence officials. He was directed by Chinese officials to shut down at least 4 of the platform's video meetings marking the Tiananmen Square Massacre, most of which were organized by Chinese dissidents in the United States. In May and June, Jin, together with Chinese officials, hatched a plan to convince US executives to shut down the meetings and suspend the activists' accounts by fabricating evidence that their meetings had violated the platform's terms of service. They created fake email accounts on the platform to show that the hosts and participants in the meetings were apparently supporting terrorist organizations, inciting violence, or distributing child pornography. The fabricated evidence made the meetings appear to discuss child abuse or exploitation, terrorism, racism, or incitements to violence. Jin was able to use these fake stories to persuade US executives to cancel the video meetings and suspend the US activists' accounts. Current affairs commentator Lan Shu pointed out that for a long time, some American companies doing business in China have been colluding with the CCP, using the excuse that they must comply with the laws in China. The prosecution of the Zoom employee is sending a clear message to these companies.
A U.S. company is allowed to operate in China, but you cannot violate the U.S. law. You must be responsible for your conducts. Otherwise, you may be prosecuted and charged. This is a clear warning to all those big U.S. companies that have their interest entangled with the CCP.
Lanshu noted that since President Trump took office, especially in recent weeks, he has done many things to counter and accelerate the decoupling from the CCP.
On one hand, all these things the Trump administration have been doing are intended to counter the threat from the CCP. On the other hand, they're meant to rectify American society by reducing direct business interactions with the CCP, reducing the CCP's influence on Western society, especially its corrosion of the United States.
If Jin Xinjiang is eventually convicted, he faces a maximum of 10 years in prison. Due to the new restrictions on social media, our channel may be affected. If you'd like to stay tuned to our channel and receive notifications and updates, please provide us with your email by clicking the link below. Thank you for your support.